JD from New York, a man that is coming to his own, a man that has no doubt have his fans, he's got his subscribers, he's got his brand, he's got his name, he's got his logo, he's established himself as the JD from NY company. Well, you know, whether he's a brand, whether he's an entity, whether he's supremacy, you see, I know of a lot of brands, I know a lot of companies, I know a lot of entities, I know a lot of things. We'll call them things. All right, let's just take, for instance, JD right now is all high and mighty. He's at the top of the food chain. JD doing a lot of great things for the last couple of years. He has been running roughshod. He's been making the money. He's been getting the views. He's been getting the comments. He is the elite. Well, you know, at one time, Sears, I don't know if you ever heard of it, Sears used to be at an all-time high. Toys R Us used to be the best of the biggest. You had Kmart. You had all these stores, whether it be in the mall, whether it be a chain, whether it be a company, whether it be an entity. And at one time, they were strong. They stood tall. They made the money. They got their eyes on the prize. They were very marketable. They were very willing. They were very able. They were very popular. A lot of people were buying into what they were doing. They were riding a wave of momentum. Toys R Us and Sears and Kmart and a number of other stores thought that they were the best, thought they were going to be on the top, thought they were never going to stop, thought they were going to be in business forever. Circuit City, I don't know if you ever heard of Circuit City, all right? Bradley's, Ames, all these stores were the cream of the crop. All these stores were where you went to, where you waited in line, whether it was cold, whether it was hot, whether you went with your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your significant other. Like I said, your son, your daughter, whoever, your dog, your cat, your iguana, whatever it is. It's no wonder that these places were good at one point, at one time. JD, ladies and gentlemen, sooner or later, one way or another, the way that you keep mocking me, the way that you keep talking me down, the way that you keep making fun of me, the way that you keep mimicking me, the way that you keep taking shots at me, JD, it's all going to come around for you like it did for Sears and Toys R Us and Kmart and Circuit City. The Circuit, JD, is going to be pulled out from underneath you out of nowhere. JD, you can have a big head now. You can have a big head now. You can be making that money now. You can be getting those comments. You can be established now. You can be well known now. You can be famous now. You can be signing the autographs now. But JD, come one way or another, I guarantee you that there is no blunder. JD will end up like a Sears, like a Walmart, like a Toys R Us. And there will be no return. There will be no escape. Because JD from NY, if you keep talking about me, well then there is going to be no escape. Because you know what? There's a song, Kurt Cobain, Rape Me. All right? No, I'm not going to rape anyone. But JD's going to probably end up raping himself. Because you see, JD comes on here and he just doesn't know when to stop. JD doesn't know when enough is enough. JD, whether it be in a comment, whether it be in a video, whether it be in a message, whether it be whatever it is, JD wants to keep talking about me. Even though he don't like me, he don't watch me, he can't stand me, but yet, and you know, I try my very best. I try my best not to let it bother me, not to let it get to me. But you see, when my viewers and my subscribers tell me, hey, Sean, JD buried you. First of all, the guy can't bury me because he can't even bury himself. Okay, he can't even bury his own animal. He can't bury his cat. He couldn't even bury it if it was in front of him. What is his favorite animal? Okay, he can't bury me. Oh, Sean, he took you down. He said some words about you, Sean. He buried you, Sean. He owned Sean. He owned the brash. I told you once, I tell you 1,000 times, JD can come on here and have all the sentiments and have all the words and have all the values. But one way or another, JD from New York, he is riding a wave of momentum. He is riding a tide. He is at those waves are intensifying, classifying, intent, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do, whatever way you want to spin JD. The facts and the numbers don't lie. The proof is in the pudding for JD. But as I said before, JD, you know, we all thought Sears and Toys R Us and Circuit City and all those places and all those stores and all those entities and all those establishments who made all kinds of money, who got recognized, who were realized, who had such significance and prominence, they were all worthy. They all were developing. They were all progressing. And then slowly the decline happened. So, you know, what you get out of this video is what goes around will come around, JD. And like I said, JD, you can keep disrespecting me. You can keep knocking me down. You can keep pouring the hate and the criticism down. You can keep throwing shade my way. You can keep mimicking and acting and talking like me. But it ain't going to make a damn, because JD, you will be realized and you will be slammed. And it may not be by me. It may not be by someone you know. I know. JD, just expect the unexpected out of nowhere. Okay, JD, this isn't a threat. It's a promise, JD. You are going to end up like everybody else that messed with the brash Seanzviewent Entertainment, because you don't harass, you don't mimic, you don't make fun of me. Do you understand me, JD? So, yeah, JD, congratulations. Awesome, epic. You're at the top of the world right now. You're at the top of the food chain. You're making a lot of money. You're getting a lot of views. You're getting a lot of comments. You're getting a lot of Twitter followers. You're getting a lot of friends. You're getting a lot of girlfriends. You're buying a lot of cars. You're buying a lot of houses. You're buying a lot of mansions. But one day, JD, it's all going to come crumbling down. One day, JD, you are going to be sour. You are going to be frowning. You are going to be downing. JD, when all the smoke is cleared, when it's all said and done, JD, you will realize the brash one was the place to be. You see, JD, I wanted to leave this alone. I wanted this to be under the carpet. I wanted it to be water under the bridge. But JD, you had to keep talking. You had to keep bringing my name up. You had to keep mimicking me. You had to keep making fun of me. You had to keep poking the bear. We've been through this before, JD, poking the bear. And it may not be fair, but it is what it is. I'll deal with it. But JD, you're also going to deal with the stiff consequences of what will happen to your channel in due time. I'm not going to say how. I'm not going to say when. I'm not going to say why. But there will be an end. Because JD, it didn't have to go this far. It didn't have to be like this. You remember a few years ago when people came on YouTube and every time their channel went down or they got flagged or they got tagged, who was the first person they blamed? With no facts, no evidence, no proof. They just assumed Seanzviewent did it. Seanzviewent flagged me down. When my channel goes down, when I have a flag, when I have a tag, oh, it's Seanzviewent. It's Seanzviewent. Well, even though I had nothing to do with those people getting taken down or flagged or tagged, JD, if you keep messing with me, there's going to be more than a flag. Just shut your mouth about me, JD. Shut your mouth, know your role, because Seanzviewent is going to steamroll right over your carcass. Well, how's he going to do that? Why is he going to do that? Why, JD? Because of all the crap, all the stuff, all the shenanigans, all the mimicking, all the making fun of, all the chastising, all the harassing, all the things you've done and said about me. You just can't stop. You can't stop. And you know what? I ain't gonna stop either, because JD, Seanzviewent Entertainment, will make sure that you know that I'm brash, that I'm brazen, that I'll never be mistaken. So JD, you had all these entities, you had all these companies, you had all these stores. They were iconic, they were performing, they were at an all-time high. They were flying high, and then like a bird that gets shot in the air, they drop. They drop. They go down. They decline. And they never were the same again. Sears, Toys R Us, Kmart, Ames, Circuit City. At one time, they were relevant. At one time, they were something. At one time, they were the stores that you bought from. They were the stores that you loved. They thrived to survive. Well, JD, what goes around comes around. believe that. Subscribe.